even getting those reps when I used to play guard and center, just taking that to now, and I've just been working on it every day just to get better. Like, what can I do, to improve? Because I can't improve everything in just one practice. So each day I just focus on if I can be better at communicating better or just, technique stuff. That's how it's been.
Coach Fulgerson said, like last fall, he didn't hear you say a lot of words. Have you had to change your approach a little bit with that center spot?
Yeah, absolutely. Just like he said, like I probably said at most 2 words, to the team, but that center role forces you to get into a leadership role, and you have to take it on because at center you're like the quarterback of the offensive line. You have to set the pace, you have to set the tempo. So it's forcing me to come out of my shell and just forcing me to just be one of the leaders on the team that we need.
What lessons have you learned in the past from Ben, for example, in that role?
Ben, I think the most important thing is to just be confident and be calm. At center you can't freak out because the game happens fast. So just learning from guys like Ben and Trent Hickson, who was here 2-3 years ago, just learning from those guys like at center, you just have to be calm because if you freak out, the whole offense is going to freak out.
Did you get any tips or pointers from Cam Jurgens when he rolled through here?
Yeah, so some of the players have been around him, guys like Henry and Teddy and Turner, they've played with him. So I would just say the biggest thing is just trust yourself. Like, just trust your technique, and yeah.
He kind of had a journey at center too. Like he didn't necessarily start his career there, had some issues with the snaps. Did he kind of walk through how he had to overcome the adversity? Did he talk about that at all?
Yeah, just talking about, like being an undersized guy, just giving me confidence, just attacking everything that's in front of you, no matter what, how tall you are, whoever's in front of you, it's a nameless, faceless opponent. You just have to attack it.
You guys brought in a couple of newcomers, Pritchett and Rocco. How have they blended in with the experience they've brought to the table?
Yeah, I feel like they've blended in well. It's great chemistry on and off the field. I would say the most important thing is just with new guys coming in, we have to get to know them off the field so our relationship shows tighter on the field.
Did you think when spring began, center was going to be it, or was it something after some practices? Did you still think guard was possibly important?
No, I knew center was it for me. Yeah.
When did that become clear? Was that like right after the last season?
I knew I had to step up and step into that role, but I think Ben for just guiding me, as a young player, just being thrown in there in the fire. Like, it gets hot, but just trusting him that I know that I can count on him has helped me a lot. And I want the younger guys on the team, I want me to be that for them.
You worked on your chemistry with Dylan and just knowing that it starts with the snapping, everything you do at that position.
Yeah. Even when Dylan first got here, it was nothing but love, nothing but family, and it's different when it's center quarterback. It's like big brother, little brother, I see Dylan as family, and it's just been great ever since.
How helpful has the continuity of having Donovan as your position coach helped, especially as you transition to a new role on the line?
Yeah, I think it's been great. Ever since I first got here, Coach Donnie has been nothing but a role model for me, and he's helped me to come a long way, being a young player and maybe not being as confident, but as time goes, you get the experience. He's just been believing in me and just telling me that I can do this, and I do whatever I put my mind to.
Today, Coach Rule announced that they'll play some football now on April 26th, where some of the lower unit guys are going to get an opportunity to play in the stadium in front of the crowd. How excited are you for some of those guys that will get that opportunity?
Yeah, I'm excited because we have a lot of talent, not only in the O-line room, but on the offense as well. We have a lot of good guys who can go out there and showcase what they can do and prove that they can play.
When Nebraska brings in a couple transfers on the offensive line, what's your role in kind of integrating them and making this unit one?
I would just say just bringing them along, just taking what they've learned from their schools, like, for example, Rocco coming from Notre Dame, that's a big program, just taking what we can, learning from him, and then showing him our ways of doing things, if we just build a cohesive unit that way.
How have you sort of gotten used to being the vocal guy in the room?
I think it started during the off season, coming back from winter break. I was preparing myself this is the year that I have to, come out that shell, have to be more vocal, whether that be, bringing guys up or telling guys, hey, that's not the way we do things,
How do teammates react to you being the vocal guy?
I mean, as somebody who doesn't speak a lot, when you do speak, it means something. So I feel like guys have respected that just along the way.
Coach Holgerson said, I mean, you can be one of the better centers out there. What's that mean to have that sort of confidence, said from a coach?
It's honestly just motivation. You know, I don't get too high, I don't get too low. I just stay the same, put my head down and work, and just know that I can be whatever I believe in.